Today's the 21st of January 2017. This is the CMT Trade Fair in Stuttgart. The fair hasn't yet opened, but that is the reason why you may be shortly hearing some noises such as people vacuuming or otherwise cleaning up their trade fair stand. We are allowed in 1 hour before the event actually starts, so people clean up before the general public gets in, which accounts for the noise. Having said that, now let's get on to the main point, which is this vehicle. It's the Globe Traveler Challenge. It's manufactured in Poland. This one here has got a pop top. It costs 58,000 euros. It's on a Peugeot base. Now, we don't get many vehicles on Peugeot bases. I do appreciate, of course, it's Citroën, Fiat, Peugeot, it's all the same. Now, let's come and see how this pop-top works. Now, do you think it looks good in a van like this or not? My opinion is it doesn't. You've got there the ladder, which will get you into the roof compartment, the tent on the roof. Looks a bit unwieldy there. The ladder, I presume, goes into the back, and I'll show you the back later. Table there, as all tables in all vans, they will actually come out. Now, in the gangway itself, it's not a huge amount of space, but you can't really expect too much. It's not a particularly wide van, and that's a good thing when it comes to parking. You've got something here, though, which is very odd. You've got two sinks. What do you need two sinks for, standing right next to each other? I do, of course, appreciate that here you have the toilet. Now, the toilet's lots of light in it, but I think a window would be a better bet. Also, another thing is you're going to need a duck board down there as well, because if not, you're going to get your feet wet every time you use the shower, then trail in and out of the toilet. Rather than having this sink here, a more sensible option would be maybe a sink that sort of moves up and down like that within the toilet itself. And now, I do appreciate that the one reason for the two sinks is that once you come out the toilet, you shouldn't be using the same sink as you wash your plates and things in. Anyway, under the kitchen, which has two burner hobs, you've got plenty of space down here. The bed itself, however, is very high, and for older people that will present difficulty getting in. Now, what you would do, I presume, is just put your foot on here and then pull yourself in. Older people could have difficulty with that, in my opinion. It's not at all low. Next to the bed, we have a fridge, which is a reasonable size for a vehicle of this nature. These thin fridges are really, really good, in my opinion. They really changed the way camper vans can be built, and this is from Thetford, and Dometic also do thin fridges, which is great. Under that you've got hanging space as well, so for a van it's quite a lot of space in there. Now, looking back down the van, in this case, this vehicle here, the door doesn't fit properly, and I'm sure that's just an accident in this case, and that they would exchange that for a door that did fit properly. You know, things can get broken at trade fairs and things of this nature. Now, if we come up here, and you can see what the roof tent looks like. Obviously, you can only use a roof tent in summer. I don't know particularly who they're aiming this at. If they're aiming it at the younger couples with children, that would be a market which is rather specific and a niche market within the camper van world. It tends to be, could be for younger people, but then you have to ask, you know, do they have this type of money to buy the van? Let's have a look outside as well. I'm going to have to walk right the way around the other van. You can see this one here, which I like far better. That's the Pathfinder, and if we come round here, we can see the space at the back, which is there. So you've got your the toilet, as you'd expect. And here you've got a reasonable amount of space for other stuff, and the gas cabinet will go on the left. So I don't really want to open the whole thing, because they've got their own stuff in there, which I don't think is right for me to start pulling it out. On the whole, I'm not totally impressed by this roof at all. I don't think it's necessary, and I don't really see to whom this vehicle is being marketed.